Hello, this is Terry from Fabric Junction in Sturgis, South Dakota, and today we're doing block number 5. And as you can see, Christopher's panned over to our beautiful batik group from Marcus that's used in the Radiant Reflections quilt that are just gorgeous colors, and then on over to our River Rock group that I will be using today. Said all these colors have been so pretty and so much fun to work with. Once again, you'll be working on a spacer, and this time you'll do 2 of your hourglasses. You'll have a spacer, and the book tells you to sew them together in that fashion. So sew them together, mark it so that you know that that came from your block number 5, and think about it, we're halfway, we're just over that halfway mark. Here is the smaller block, but let me show you what the blocks are for the Radiant Reflections. Here's the smaller version for the Radiant Reflection, and the large one of the block. Now, the couple of things about this block I find interesting, or rather 2 things. This little part here seems to make kind of a heart. So I keep that in mind, that I'm kind of creating a heart, and I have a 4-pointed star that is created with my other block. So those are 2 little things I kind of watch. So as I'm laying my blocks out, it helps me lay them in order, that I know my hearts are all bottom towards the center and my star all tracks the same way. And I try to look for little points like that to help remind me lay them out. Once again, here is our little block, and I actually have my large one done. Due to a technical problem, our original taping got lost, and so we're retaping. And I didn't want to tear my block apart after I had it sewn together. But the 2 things that you can see, here's my heart, and they're all pointing inward, and my 4-pointed star. Now, to make the parts that go to the heart, you would have had a square, let me go this way, that you cut in half. You have the square that goes up in the corner, and then the triangle that is the base of your heart. To sew these together, I always like to match up on the, drawing a blank, 45 degree, 90. Not the 45, it's the 90 degree. I know what a triangle is, I forget which angle it is. So the 90 degree, we're going to line up our 90 degree angles, line it up on the square, and sew from that point to the bottom. And what I want you to do, I want you to do all 4 of yours at the same time. And we're pressing. And then you go back, and we need them to line up straight across so that we're making a larger triangle. So we got to watch, and I double check to make sure I'm not over here, not opposite. So I'm always grabbing my piece and going, okay, where, that's where I want. Flip it over. Again, I'm going to start on the sewing on the 90 degree. On the, creates a corner. Sew it. I'm going to press it open. I have a little bit of dog ear that I'm going to cut away. And now I want to line up on my triangle, and I line up, it looks like mine is a little small. Maybe I might cut my triangle big. I was using some scrap, and so I probably cut my triangle big. But either way, I gently line up here so that if I do cut it a little bit big, I can make that correction. So on this particular piece, I line up On this side, I still do my 1/4 inch. I cross my little bitty, whoops, I think I cut just a smidgen of my point off. Now I know this one isn't turning out as nice as the ones I did it for the block, but at least you get the essence of how to put it together. And once you have it sewn, I just barely nicked the tip of my block on that one. Press it, trim off your dog ears, and it's ready. Actually, it looks like my green one was a little too big, so it threw things off. But you get the idea. On our next one, to create our star, once again, we have 3 triangles. This time we're going to sew 2 of the smaller ones together. Again, I line up the 90-degree angle because that is the easiest side to send through the machine. So once you have it lined up, stitch, we're going to press it open. I line up the same, except I get rid of my dog ear on this one so I can see my corner. Again, I line up on that corner. I did a little better job of cutting on this one because it's lining up much better on both sides. So once I have that lined up, then I come over, get everything lined up, and sew. And when you have going in with a point like that into the machine, do watch that you don't end up with your point just going down towards your bobbin, because it happens. Again, back to the ironing board, set it, open it up, I'm going to trim off the dog ears, and it goes right there. So lay out your blocks in the fashion we've been doing. Sew your 2 left ones together, pick up this one, flip it over, and continue. Before you sew the other direction, just double check that everything is laid out the way that you want it, and have fun making your block for month number 5. Thank you for watching us here at Fabric Junction. You check out our website at junctionfabric.com.